Claire gives Holden an ultimatum. Victoria and Billy battle in public, and Kane turns to Spoiler for help. In Los Angeles, Holden greets Claire with a peck and breaks the news that he can't hang with her because there's still no sign of Lily and the kids. Kane fears Victor abducted them, and the longer this goes on, the more it seems likely. Claire, as is typical, defends her grandfather, while Holden argues that he's ruthless. He updates her on Phyllis taking over Newman and going missing. Claire declares this a nightmare, and karmic payback for Kane creating the AI. Claire harps on Holden works for Kane and decides it's time for her to go back to help her family. Holden questions why she came in the first place, and quickly guesses she was hoping to dig up dirt on him and Audra. Claire admits it and preaches about living a lie. Now that she's a Puritan, everyone else has to be too. Claire reveals that she knows the art dealer disappeared, and Holden wonders if she thinks he and Audra offed him. Claire's not sure what he's capable of, which pinches. Trying a leading question, Claire wonders if what happened to the art dealer was an accident. Holden can't imagine how she's jumped to this crazy scenario, that is 100% accurate. On the Kane train, Ashby gets Phyllis' voicemail and tells her that her disappearing act is getting under his skin. He goes on and on and on, trying to charm her by apologizing for forcing her to turn the tables on him, and saying he doesn't want to lose her. Daniel shows up and says he thinks he can help. Daniel reveals that Phyllis is on the Newman jet, heading to Milan to talk to Summer. He's guessing she wants her to help run the company. He assures Kane that he and his sister won't forgive their mother any more than his kids will forgive him. Daniel starts to lay blame, but Kane just wants his family back. He needs Daniel's help to turn the situation around and asks him to convince his mother to do the right thing. Daniel's certain that Victor would never harm Neil's daughter or grandchildren, and equally sure that his mother will not listen to him. Kane pressures him to try, for Lily. At Society, Billy rants to Jack that Victoria is planning to send his kids back to boarding school and take them away from him. She's a Newman, but this is going too far. Just then, Victoria strolls in with Nate. Billy hustles over to confront her. "How dare you take my kids away from me?" They verbally throw down as Jack tries to intervene. Victoria informs Billy that the kids are going and there's nothing he can do about it. Nate tries to interject, and it's a get the popcorn moment as Billy hollers at him to stay the hell out of it. Billy threatens to refuse to sign the school paperwork, so Victoria drags him outside to try and convince him to get Phyllis to sign the company back over. Unsurprisingly, he tells her it's not going to happen and accuses her of acting like Victor. Kinda proving him right, Victoria warns, "You're going to go along with my plan whether you like it or not?" Inside, Nate questions Jack's allegiance to Nikki over his brother, and they wind up in a drawn-fest about Jill, family legacies, life being short, and Nate and Victoria not being ready to re-embark on a serious relationship yet. Sharon Twist outrages fans. Outside, Victoria threatens to tell the school that Billy is being investigated for the theft of her father's company. Billy reminds her the Newmans had the AI before it was used on them. Victoria's certain she can paint her family as innocent to the school. She would think Billy would want to spare the kids from this war. Billy agrees the kids shouldn't be near Genoa City, but where was her concern when her father tried to destroy his life? Why didn't she come and talk to him rationally about this? She fumes that he had this coming for taking Chancellor and warns that he's brought on a big fight. Peter Bergman talks life-changing role. In LA, Claire admits to Holden that her investigation about the art dealer hit a wall. Holden tells her he wasn't a nice guy and probably made a lot of enemies. He's irked at her thinking he's the bad guy and claims he's told her everything. Claire, who nearly offed her entire family and killed her great-aunt with poison tea, refuses to let it go, and self-righteously declares that until he can be honest, they have to stop seeing each other. At Society, Victoria rejoins Nate and Jack, who tells her he doesn't approve of what Billy has done, but also disagrees with her putting her children in the middle of the conflict. He suspects she's trying to hide Victor's culpability in this whole mess from them. Burn. On the Kane train, Daniel tells Ashby he's been talking to his mother from the start and she didn't listen. She's not going to give this power up for anyone. Kane asks Daniel to hear him out. If he doesn't agree, he'll leave him alone.